That is freaking awesome. Look at the nuts on that sucker. God, man.
Well, just about done getting ready after the last morning breakfast here. Got some eggs and bacon and tortillas.
Eating well at the Bitter Roots.
And of course today has to be different than every other day. It started raining and pretty warm. Just walked outside, but hopefully maybe the change up is what we needed.
We're gonna go give it one last valiant effort. And hopefully we see something else besides bighorn sheep.
Yep.
We need an elk with horns.
We saw a monster muley yesterday, but we need to see a monster elk today.
All right, guys.
Last morning, it was raining down in Sula, but got up to higher elevations and it's snowing now. So hopefully we see something, fingers crossed. Any wise words of wisdom?
Gotta go big or go home.
Yeah. True words never been spoken. There's the track I was following. Goes up. Well, finally found some elk trail. Hiked all the way up to the top of this ridge right here. Lost the track. I'm on my way back down. Saw the doings of a little woodpecker. Pretty crazy. Looks like the woodpecker was after something in this tree too. So we just finished all the elk hunting and we're driving back into town, and
I saw a pasture full of critters, and I told Isaac to turn around because we got to go see what they are.
thinking that they were elk.
I didn't know if it was elk or mule deer. I got turned around, and when we went back and got the glass on them, guess what they were? The biggest chickens I ever seen in my life. Unbelievable. Montana grows elk chickens. But anyway, another delightful tale on this highly successful bull elk hunt where we never saw one bull.
We saw everything else that's around here except the bull elk.
But now we got bull elk chickens. But anyway, we live and learn.
Well, we just finished up the last little bit of road on our official elk hunt. So out of everything this week that you learned, what would you change? What would you do different?
Well, if it's a do-it-yourself hunt, the only way around it is to give yourself more time. 1 week to find deer is not enough. Secondly, if these elevations on the 270 unit, I guess the best thing I could say is if there's no snow, you better have a higher elevation unit to hunt because they're going to remain high. But it's just the luck of the draw. Who would have known? If this would have been 3 feet deep in snow, us using chains all day long, we'd have had elk running all over us because they'd all been down here in these valleys.
What about your gear? Would you change anything with your gear? How you used it? What you bought? What you didn't buy?
Well, for me, with the age I am, I just geared to everything being light. Now that we know most of the guys stayed on the trails and didn't get off, our waypoints were off that were given to us, and we thought we were going to have to bust the brush, which we did, which the gear and its weight was horrible. And so I think scaling it back, having light and stuff, staying on the trails where you don't have to pack so much in the event that you got hung out. And two, gonna have to ahead of time make sure you have access to people here who have horses or llamas or something to get the animals out. I don't believe I personally have the fitness ability to pack out an elk on my back. So
Yeah, especially some of the backwoods stuff we were trailblazing through is pretty sketchy.
yes. But other than that, it's the reason why they call it hunting and rather than killing. You don't always get your game, and a highly successful hunt, in my opinion. Saw bighorn sheep, saw plenty of mule deer, seen rutting mule deer, gorgeous trout streams. The scenery was to die for, so in my opinion this hunt is every bit as memorable with Isaac and us getting to spend time together, and so I'm thoroughly pleased.
Yep. Yeah, it's been fun for sure. But I agree. I definitely don't think I would select this section again unless I knew for sure that there was going to be a ton of snow up on the higher elevations, and there's just no telling that. There's no way of knowing that by the deadline that you got to apply for these tags, which is April 1st. So
Best thing to do is go ahead and book one that has high elevations in it, because they always have low elevations too.
Yep. But it's been good. Now we've got to start getting ready for the trip back and get everything packed up, and thinking about maybe hitting up the ranch where they filmed the show Yellowstone here tomorrow before we leave officially on the trek back.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yep. So this gate right here is the entrance to the ranch where the show Yellowstone is filmed. We had to come into Darby to get some gas before we head back today. It's currently 5:15 in the morning. We got up at about 4 today and just filled up and heading a long journey back. According to Waze, we are 1 day and 36 minutes away. Hours, 22 miles. We're gonna drive straight there. We get there 6:50 tomorrow morning. Bobby Davis over here, bird dogging.
Big bunch of them right out there.
What, antelope?
Yep, see right there, all the little brown dots right there in that brown spot in the middle? That's all antelope.
So why don't you go through all the game that we've seen on this trip, not including any bull elk, because we didn't see a single one.
We seen cow elk. We seen bighorn sheep, mule deer, bucks and does, and antelope. Just got through seeing quite a few antelope.
And you saw some turkeys.
Yeah, did see some turkeys. Forgot about that.
Saw some major sized chickens.
Definitely. Biggest chickens I ever seen. Made me make a U-turn in the road. When you confuse a chicken for mule deer, you know they're big animals. When I turned around got to see them. Yeah, they were just very large chickens. We're in the wide open plains now, so
We just got through Billings, Montana. Our goal today is to get to Lamar, Colorado. It's past Denver. We still have 716 miles. It's currently 11:50 a.m. We left at 4:50 a.m. this morning. And we still have 9 hours and 40 minutes to get there. So
hopefully Isaac, the marathon man, can hold up to the pressure.
we will. We'll handle it just fine. So, all right. Well, wish us luck and make sure our alternator doesn't go out again today.
Amen to that. Keep me in Dr. Pepper's and Rice Krispie treats, and I'll have the energy to survive.
Pulled off at Buffalo, Wyoming to get some gas. So I drive through the old historic downtown. Looks like that's about it.
Still nice looking little town.
Well, we are headed out. We stopped in Lamar, Colorado yesterday, or last night. So we drove from Sula, Montana to Lamar, Colorado. It was about 16 hours. Luckily, we got in at about 10:30 last night, 10:30 p.m. So we were able to get some rest and sleep and breakfast at the hotel here. We're headed out today on the last day. Got about 9 hours left.
I'm not gonna lie, my buttocks were tired last night. 16 hours is the longest I ever been in an automobile. Woo, Lord.
Yeah, it's not too fun when you drive 8 hours and you're only about halfway there.
I did convince Isaac to let me drive for one tank full just so that I could take a 3-hour nap without him ripping me wide open.
Yeah, but
Hey.
luckily we made up some time yesterday, and today is going to be still a long day, but much shorter than yesterday.
Beautiful day today, not a cloud in the sky. Yesterday we had, at least the winds weren't blowing 40 and 50 mile an hour like they were, but we did have a few spot showers. It wasn't bad.
So Texas, here we come.
Amen. Headed that way, back to the motherland.
Finally made it back into Texas.
Home sweet home, mother country. The yellow rose of Texas. I'm sure proud to be here.
Yeah, the air already feels better. Well, our adventure is coming to an end. We packed up his Tahoe with all this stuff. About to make his 2-hour drive back to Longview. I'm sorry and not sorry that I'm glad I'm home.
Yep. Well, hey, it's not going to take us long, for sure. But hey, the Tahoe's full. I wonder where I'd have put the elk meat.
Yeah, that's true.
Uber? I could have Ubered
Uber.
the elk home. All right, that would be cheap.
Yeah.
That's my
Well,
banana.
that's the adventure for the books, folks. There is our entire Montana journey. Sadly, we didn't get an elk, but it was still an exciting adventure. I was glad I was able to do this with Mr. Davis, and I'm sure he was glad that he was able to do this as well. So we live and learn. You know, it's the first one we've been on. Probably the only one we're going to go on to Section 270 in Montana. We are looking at doing an antelope hunt or pronghorn hunt in Wyoming this year, and we're going to be putting in for some elk tags in New Mexico as well. So hopefully we get one of those two things, but there will be videos of that moving forward. So thanks for taking the time to watch these, guys, especially if you've watched all 4 of these videos. Like always, I hope you're having a great day. Keep on enjoying life out there, and thanks for watching, guys.